himself up to 3rd place at Winter Brawl, which was, as we were talking earlier, a very tough field. Probably one of the first U.S. majors that really flew out a bunch of players from other countries to participate.
I see what Gore's doing. So Gore's going Springman, which is good against Max Brass. He's definitely taking this from Resolve. Their teammates, I saw them practicing beforehand, the Springman versus Springman matchup. So this is definitely something that he's learning from Resolve.
And it looks like they're going to be going to Buster Beach, which, as we discussed before, this lower area, very scary because of all the different pockets that operate as corners. And when you're dealing with with the commissioner who can shove you in there while having super armor ready to go, especially terrifying. But it's actually Gore that finds himself in the advantage situation, forcing Redingard into that pocket. But the 2 nades just still blowing up right in his face, giving Redingard a solid life advantage, and he's the one who builds up rush first.
So Redingard is just in the perfect position right now, even if he's not bulked up, because basically he can punish any option like that.
Yeah, like you were saying, punishing any option really cleanly, having a solid about 500 health lead to what Gore is currently rocking, and still maneuvering himself around these toasters, finding more and more nade hits. Oh, and just like that, punching right through the grab attempt. Redingard taking that first round very convincingly.
So for people who don't really know much about arms, the reason why Redingard wants to go nade here is because of that little deflectability right there. Basically, what that does is that, just like that,
oh my god,
deflect attacks just cause the explosion to happen, allowing for the opponent to still get hit by them.
Right, so that way, but because it operates as a multi-hit, you make it so they can't escape with their character attributes.
They can't escape from crossing fate.
But right now, can he escape from the rush? No, Redingard also finds this one too. And just like that, once again, forcing the comeback hit onto Gore. But like you mentioned before, that comeback hit not going to help out against the explosiveness of the nades. Oh, just barely getting away from them.
I wouldn't count Springman out just yet, just like you said.
Comeback Kid is there for a reason, but likewise, Max Brass has his own comeback mechanic. The explosion nearly knocking out Gore, but he's still in it. Looking for just the right fist to bring it back. Right now, honestly, the straight through the nades keeping him in the game, but not able to keep it up forever. Redingard able to slip just one through, and it's just what he needed to take the first game.
So that was really insane. Gore is known for blocking punches, but in a situation like that, I was surprised to see him block so many.
That was really impressive, honestly, because like he had no choice but to block it with his fist because he didn't want to eat any more chip damage, and then on top of that, he couldn't use the shockwave to drop them because of the explosion afterwards. He was just making use of the one option he had left, and he made very, very good use of that one option, holding on for a solid 5-10 seconds longer than I know I would have.
Redingard is definitely looking happy right now. I could just see it in his face that he does. Redingard doesn't usually look happy per se, but you can see it in his face that he's just excited. But
going to the Helix.
Going to Helix.
But it's original recipe Helix. No bubs on this one. I'm very curious to see what Gore is going to bring out. Because Gore's movement as Helix has to be mentioned. It's not just the fact that he has that machine gun pattern down. It's also the fact that he is just so hard to hit. He's going to go Ice Dragon and on Scrapyard too to give himself the maximum amount of space to be towered up.
This is like the long-range version of Nobi's Chillas and stuff like that, where he's just trying to mix it up with the ice.
And meanwhile, just keeping this rapid-fire laser pressure onto Redingard, but Redingard still finds his way through it. Oh my gosh, that crouch just under the roaster, but even still, Redingard doesn't let up. He keeps more and more hits coming.
That grab was juicy.
Ooh. And still finding himself in a good situation against Gore. Solid life lead, and he builds himself the space to get himself the muscles flexed. Not finding these grabs, but he's looking so hard for them. But Gore finally finds his own. Both players with rush ready to go.
He's just poking around trying to find something.
Oh, that was so good because that Ice Dragon was in that situation. It forced Redingard to block, and then that gave Gore all the time he needed to react and put up his own shield. And wow, what a grab. Gonna be sending Redingard off into the corner.
You can see just why Gore is so dominant on Helix.
Just like this, the fact that he's able to intimidate all of these blocks, even though the Ice Dragon comes out so slowly, shows how good his positioning is.
It was just like poke, 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 and just overall,
just finding.
He can't find an opening.
He found like 3 grabs in a row because at the end, Redingard just had to respect those Ice Dragons. You can't really trade with them favorably on the defense. So that forces a lot of blocks to come out, and that made his neutral play more predictable for Gore to open him up.
It's great on Scrapyard too, just because those pillars just give him so much options.
Oh, just gonna get the blocks, still gonna eat a little bit of that rush, but not nearly so much. Meanwhile, Redingard finally getting his own rush online. Looking to find this corner situation, but staying so loose. Gore just jumping all over these grabs. Finally a grab found by Redingard though.
This could be it, because Ice Dragons are pretty bad in the corner.
Yeah, very scary stuff. No commitment coming out from Gore. Waiting for the rush and nothing coming of it. That's so unfortunate for Redingard. They're both just looking at each other. Gore just actually physically looking at Redingard, just saying, so what are you going to do about this?
What are you going to do?
I got the lead, and I'm flubber. Can't you touch me? The crouch under the nade. Oh, okay, so Redingard's controller actually getting desynced for a moment.
Ah, okay. So that's what happened.
All right.
Still, that's just, even if we didn't know that, that's just really funny just to see them.
Oh, trying to escape that grab, but still being caught by a Redingard. Both players actually just one hit away from taking this round. Helix staying so flexible. Gore showing why this character is still his main man. Oh, the two Ice Dragons just trading with those. And 8 seconds left on the clock. We're down to 7-6. If this ends up happening, Redingard will win the timeout. Gore is going to have to make something happen. Tries to go for the grab, and Redingard just keeps backing up and takes the round.
The pillars that I said were the winners in this situation just got scored a match. And he's going
Guardian.
And he's going an STL style, a St. Louis style Helix here. Durfla, one of the best Helixes for defaults, uses this exact loadout, and he's amazing on it. Can't wait to see what Gore can do with this exact thing.
Right now, yeah, he's looking to use that Guardian as the shield that it is, just carefully positioning his tower directly behind it to block a lot of the aggression from Redingard, but Redingard still finds this first rush, getting a little bit more than half damage onto Gore. Gore, though, immediately returns back with another grab, keeping this game as close as the end of the previous round was.
He tried to go for another grab, but Redingard perfectly did it.
Oh! He's
and
only going to find a bunch of chip damage. The nade exploding in front of Redingard, preventing anything big from happening. Still jumping right over it. Gore's sense of timing in order to just jump over all of these grab attempts are so incredible. But Redingard still keeping it up, finding the grab, and taking out GoreMagala.
That's absolutely crazy in this situation. Just Redingard is
doing a little bit of the flex too, along with Max Brass.
He's just looking off into the crowd. Everybody is screaming for him.
Gore, an absolute force.